Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that all of you were able to join me for today's webinar episode. My name is Christine Robinson, and I'm the content marketer for Zoho Sites. And today I'm going to show you how you can use the visual editor to design and customize your website with precision and ease. So I'm taking a look at the Zoho Sites website builder. It's a tool which primarily aims at simplifying the website creation process. And apart from the usual drag and drop site creation tools, we also provide a select set of tools which are designed to help people who aren't very design savvy to build websites with ease without having to code or hire a developer. And so the tools that we have really help you get in there hands on, and it is so simple that you don't even have to go to an external person to help them or have them help you create your website. And so you can do it all by yourself with ease very quickly with just a click of a button. So that's what we're going to be getting into today. I'm just going to run you by a few of the design tools that we have specially curated to help you design your website. So starting off with the pre-designed and responsive templates. And so what this is we offer over 50 templates which are industry-based and come with captivating imagery and supporting text. Excuse me. And so what this does exactly, I'm sorry about that. What this does exactly is that when it comes to you designing a website, if you choose one of these templates, it'll design your whole website from start to finish, meaning all the default pages which we provide, which are like the home, the contact, and the about us page, will be completely designed as per the industry-based template that you choose. And you can also add pages, and as per the type of page that you add, you will have the same type of template that will reflect across. And so these templates are also automatically optimized for mobile, and so your website will look great on phones, tablet, and desktop devices. And another interesting aspect about this feature is that anytime while you are going through your site creation process and you decide that you want to probably use a different template, you can always go back to the template gallery and choose another template and apply that over. And so all of your content will remain intact, and so you won't lose any of your content in that way, and you can switch templates at any point of time that you require. We also provide pre-designed sections. And so what sections are they're pretty much like building blocks to your website. And so they help you add content to your page. And so you can choose any section that you would prefer. And these sections come with supporting imagery and text and headings. And so what you can do is you could either use the content that we provide, or you can add in whichever content you need as per whatever business it is that you have. And then you can also add in additional elements into these sections and build upon it. And so what this helps you do is that instead of going about having to add individual content, we help you add in sections, so you can just kind of block up your page and extend your content as you require. And then we provide the usual customizable elements. And so they enable you to add features such as text, images, audio, and video, and a lot more to your website. And so each element also comes with individual customization options to give you the flexibility you require. And each of the toolboxes that we provide are very specific to the element that you add. So if you add like a text related element, we will give you the kind of tools that you would need to edit text, which would be more like a font color, font size, style type of thing. And then if it comes to you adding in like an image type of element, we would provide something along the lines of like border spacing, maybe the way the image is cut out, and so on. So with today's agenda, we're going to talk about what is the importance of site design, and then what the visual editor is and what are its uses and purposes. So getting into the importance of site design, if you really sit and take a look at it, a well-designed website is what equates to having like a good business rep. And so when it comes to modern day marketing, your website can be considered as your most powerful asset. In most aspects, your website could also be considered as your 24/7 salesperson. So the impression that people have about your business highly depends on the appearance of your website. And then when the attention span of visitors, becomes shorter, it's crucial to make an impact as visitors arrive on your site. And so a good way to facilitate this would be through amazing site design. So what the visual editor does is that when you have like rapidly changing design trends, your website is prone to becoming outdated and old. So at times like these, you would usually resort to redesigning your entire site, but full redesigns are expensive and they do take a lot of time. And so what the visual editor does is that, it helps you build your website in a way where you can design it all by yourself without having to, really get into requiring immense coding skills. And so we also understand that not everybody has the time, skill, or resource to kind of go and outsource this work and get it done by an external person, a designer or developer. And so what we have enabled with this tool is that you can just go about designing your website all by yourself by just simply clicking the buttons. And so we'll try and get into what this tool does. And so to access your visual editor and your builder, you click on settings and you can find the setting under the customization section. You click on visual editor and you can see that we provide customization tools like preset, header layout, banner layout, blog list layout, blog post layout, and advanced settings as well. And we'll be getting into each of these and how they work. So first we can take a look at the presets. And so with the presets tool, you can choose from various color schemes that we provide, and you can also add your own custom color schemes. And so now if you take a look at this feature, you can see that we provide color schemes based on the template that you've chosen. So now with this particular scheme, we provide 8 different colors. And so you can see that the first color, which is the teal color, is applied to the button areas. And so each color scheme is applicable for a different part of your website. And as per this scheme, you can see now that the first color is what is being applied for the buttons. And so now that purple color or the indigo color is available. You can also choose custom values. And so you can edit whichever color type you want. And so now if you're going to change that, you can see how the color reflects instantly. So you can always preview before you hit save. You can also add in a hex code if you have one, or you can choose it on the color picker. It's pretty much as simple as that. So that's how you can go about toggling with the color scheme for your website. You can also add various fonts from our font library. So you click on add font and you can choose from, we provide over 500 fonts, and each font comes with its own font style. And so you can see which font has what kind of style, and based on that you can apply. And so you click save and now it is added to your font library. And then what you can do is you can go back to the drop-down list and you can select the font that you would like to apply. And you can see that that particular font has been applied for your site title, as well as for some of the heading tags in your page. So you can see how it reflects instantly. And so you can click save and you can always reset to your previous settings or reset it to default if you are not happy with the changes that you've made. Next, we have the header layout. And so using the header layout, you can customize your header and top bar style, as well as some other visual aspects of the mobile version of your website. So if you take a look at the header styles, we provide different ways you can provide how the site title and caption and menu items appear. So with this particular layout, you can see how all of your social icons move towards the right-hand side. And so each layout can be customized according to your preference or how you want it to appear for your website. So that's just based on however you prefer it. You can have it, center aligned as well. And so that's how the header style can be applied. Then we also have the top bar header and navigation theme. So here you see that you can toggle with the various themes for the top bar header and navigation. So with the navigation theme, you can either have So let me just show you what the navigation is. So if you take a look here, you see how all of your menu items or your page names pop up. And so that is your navigation bar. And so the theme for that can either be a light color on dark text, which will be like white color text on a dark background. Or you can have, you can change the same for the top bar and the header theme as well. And then we have the maximum menu item. So what this feature does is that if you choose to have a vertical menu instead of a horizontal one, you can choose the maximum menu items that you would like to be listed in your website. And so with this particular example, we've given a list of 30, so you can have a maximum of 30 items listed before the more option appears. And so after the more option appears, your visitors can click on that and see the other pages that you have listed. So you can edit that as per your preference as well. Then we have the header on scrolling option. And so you see how the header appears as you scroll. And so this makes it easy for visitors to navigate to your pages if you have it following the scroll. And so you can make it transparent. So with this particular theme, which is the light text on a dark background, you can see how it's become a little transparent. You can see how the content and the images are a little translucent behind it. And then if you add none, it will be fixed. And so it will not follow you as you scroll, as you can see. And then if you go and change the theme, like how I showed you in the previous slide, you can have the dark text on the light background. And if you choose to animate that, that will follow. And you can make that transparent as well. And so as it follows, you can see how that has become transparent. So it's pretty much all just based on your preference and how it is that you would like to design your website and the kind of message or the mood that you're trying to convey with it via your design. And then we have the header settings. And so what happens is that when it comes to the social icon, you can apply that. And so all your social media icons will be displayed right on your page. And so if I take you into the preview, you can see how it will reflect on your published site. And so these social icons will also be displayed in the burger menu in your tablet and mobile. So it doesn't appear right on the page, but if you click on the burger icon over here on the burger menu, you'll be able to find it. And so you can even add a subheading, and you can also have the header fixed. And so this enables your caption to appear. And so you can click save, and then when you go in preview, you can see the caption over here, right on your mobile and on your tablet versions of your website. Just like that. And then we have the banner layouts. And so we provide 3 versions of the banner layout, which are full width, boxed, and full screen. So with the full width, you can see that the banner is stretched all the way from left to right. And so it's kind of in that portion right on top. And then you can have it boxed. And so you can see that the rest of the page kind of borders it, so it's more of in like a boxed kind of format. Or you can choose to have it full screen, which would be ideal if you are trying to portray large imagery. And so that is what you can make use of it for. And that's how it'll appear. Next, we have the blog list and blog post layouts. And so now you can choose how it is that you want your blog to be listed. And so you go to your blog page, and so you can see how all of your posts are listed. So for example, we'll just take this blog page, and this is the particular layout that we have selected. the default layout, and then you can always customize that by just clicking on another layout. And so now you can see how the layout has changed a little. The categories and the tags are a little different from the previous layout. And now you can see how the images, the thumbnails have become a little different. They've become smaller. And so based on however it is that you would like to portray your blog page, that's how you can go about doing it, by choosing from the various layouts that we provide. And so what's really nice about this is that you can preview every single layout that you want, so you can see how it will reflect before applying it. And so once you're happy with that, you can just click save. And so this is the blog list layout, and now we'll go on to the blog post layout. So this is how the individual post will appear. So once the user clicks on your post, this is how the layout of the post will appear. And so each layout, if you get into it and take a look at it, you can see how each layout varies from the other. And so now you can see how all the social icons are towards the bottom left. And now it is towards the bottom right. And so if you add like an image overlay, that would be displayed as well. So you can see how we've given you a lot of customization as per how you can display your posts and how your blogs can be listed on your blog page. And so with this one, you can see how the social icons are towards the bottom with the comment box and everything. Next, we will move on to the advanced visual editor. So with this particular tool, we've taken the need for customization and pushed it one step further by creating the advanced visual editor. It combines the functionalities of the customization toolbox along with the ease of application of the visual editor. So you can implement customizations that would usually require extensive coding, all with just the click of a button. And so to access the advanced visual editor, you click on settings, just like how you would if you want to just access the visual editor itself. And right at the bottom, you'll find the advanced option. And so this will enable you to make customizations to any of the features. And so the thing about the visual editor and the advanced is that whatever changes you make will reflect site-wide. And so you don't have to go to any individual element and edit that alone and then have to go to another one. And so it really takes the time off of that, and it's not as tedious. And so now if you change the header aspects such as the site name, you can see how you can change the font size and style. And so that will be reflected throughout your site. And so what is really nifty about the advanced visual editor, so unlike the element toolbox, which you might already be familiar with, which appears whenever you click on an element to edit it. You know, for example, if you take a look at this heading element, you see that the tools or the tools that we provide are only for this particular element, and it will only reflect on this element alone. But then if you take the advanced visual editor, you can change the aspects of every heading tag throughout your website. I'll show you an example of how that works. And so if you take a look at the heading settings in the advanced visual editor, and if you go and change the font style, and you can even change the color, and you can choose if you want a dark theme or a light theme, and you can make edits, and you can see how it instantly reflects. And so you can take whichever heading tag that you have used on your website and change it accordingly. And so as you can see, it reflects on every element that has that tag, and it will work that way throughout your page and throughout your website as well. So instead of having to go through each and every individual element and have to apply that individually, that would take a lot more time to edit. So you can literally just come into the advanced visual editor, click on whichever tag that you want to take care of, whichever element it is that you would like to edit, and then just make a few modifications, and it will reflect all throughout your site, and you're pretty much done. And so I'll just take you through a few of the element settings. And so based on whatever element you have used in your website, so for example, there will be a heading element, you can go and change the color, font style, size, and then even the type of text that you're using, the spacing above and below it, between it. And so we've given a lot of flexibility when it comes to customization on that front. And so here you see the color just gets applied. You can toggle with the opacity and the size of it. And so it's all as per your preference. So you can choose the spacing between that particular content and the other content on the page. And you can also see how the spacing has been applied. And so every element that has that tag, that change would be reflected on that tag alone. You can also make edits to the paragraphs on your page. So you can go about choosing the theme, and then even if you have like a link, you can choose how the hover text should appear. You can change aspects of that as well. And so you can go about changing the size of the text for the paragraphs, and it will reflect in every place where you have an instance of the paragraph element. I'll just skip ahead a little over here. Right. So you can see how you can go about changing the color. Of course, this is a very tacky color. I just did that for the sake of example, but you can change it according to how you would like. And then if you have image, text, and so on, I will take you down to the icon setting. And so if you have an icon on your page, you can go about editing that as well. So instead of going and manually changing the icon color and style for each icon element on your page, you can just change it all together using the advanced visual editor. And the same applies for buttons as well. So now you have changed the font for the button. So you can see that all the buttons carry the same font now. And you can also choose to add an outline. So the outline for that particular font can be changed. And so you can also choose the border size and style. And so pretty much any aspect of that element based on the kind of element it is can be edited. And so if you have other elements such as a form, or if you have a table, so you can go about editing those, a divider. And then we also provide settings for the box and accordion and carousel elements. So you can see that we provide a lot of options based on the kind of element that it is, to provide like ultimate flexibility when it comes to designing. And now with the header settings in the advanced visual editor. So these settings are concerned with anything pertaining to the header portion of your website. And so this will edit things such as your site name, your caption, your social icons, anything that appears at these top regions of your website. And so you can see how the site name is being changed to a larger font. You can even go about changing the color of that as well, based on your preference or your desire. And then you can also add an uppercase or lowercase type of font style. You can always individually reset each portion of your edit, and so you don't have to go and start from the first. And so if you're toggling with something like your site caption, and if you don't like the changes that you have made, you can always individually reset that alone. So each and every box that we provide for a setting has its own individual reset button. Or if you would like to reset everything, you can always click on this button over here to get started fresh. And so Now you have changed the font style for your navigation items. And then we provide the header theme so you can work around with that. And so we provide a lot of options for those particular settings. And then you can even change the color of your social icons. And then when it comes to the member portal, you can change the font for that as well as the font size, as you can see. And so basically, when it comes to using the visual editor, you can design your website just the way you like, and you can create stunning edits with ease with just the click of a button. It's literally that simple. And so this means that anyone can create a website by themselves without having to write a single line of code. Thank you for joining this session, and I'll be more than happy to take your questions now.